Hello everyone, this is Arkadiy from Joy25, and today we're going to do a demo video of this Ripa R18 mini excavator. As usual, during our demo videos, we will start by doing a walk around the machine first, then we'll take a look inside the engine compartment. After that, we will take a look inside the cab, and in the end, we'll show you how this machine moves, how it drives, how it moves boom and bucket. R18 is in the same weight class as our GT1500 mini excavator, which is the same as the Ripa R322L. Both machines are very popular, but they do have some differences, and we already made a video where we compare them side by side. We'll put a link in the description below. And right now, let's take a close-up at the boom. R18 comes with all the available upgrades from the factory. It already has a hydraulic quick hitch, hydraulic thumb. On the R series machines, Ripa started to add additional hydraulic line with a quick connect for the quick hitches. This is very convenient because quick hitches have their advantages of the ease of use and adding the extra digging depth, but there is a downside where it actually decreases your curling power. In the video where we dug an 8-foot deep trench with the R18, we actually showed where we took off the quick hitch and we were able, it was easier to dig, but we couldn't dig as deep. So we'll put a link to that video in the description below as well. You can take a look. There we had to take off the quick hitch and it was very easy to do. Another common Ripa feature are the cylinder shields on all the cylinders. That includes your curl, arm, boom, and even your dozer blade. They are very convenient and they help to protect your cylinders from damage, especially if you're working in the woods. One of the great features is that it has a U-boom where you boom cylinders on top. The main benefits of that is that the boom itself protects the cylinder from being damaged. If you pick something up and curl it to close, you're able to run your hoses inside the boom. Again, adds extra protection. It will increase your digging depth in comparison to the similar machines with the cylinder underneath. Fun fact, if you'll take a Ripa R22, which is a larger machine with a bigger boom that weighs more, the digging depth on that machine is less than on the R18, and the main reason for it is the U-boom. So if it's an option in the size of your machine that you're looking for, we would definitely recommend it. There is a close-up of the bucket. R18 already uses 30mm pins that allows for thicker steel on the sides, and the bucket itself is significantly heavier than the R15, R13, or R10. Also, our hydraulic hitch is larger, and we have our handy hook here, which is amazing if you're trying to lift anything. Very convenient. Here we have our diverter valve that you would use with the auxiliary attachments. So if you're attaching a tilt bucket or an auger, you would flip that knob on both sides to divert the flow from your hydraulic thumb to the attachment. As mentioned before, extra quick connect for the hydraulic quick hitch. Here's our hydraulic thumb. Over here we can see our cast steel end on the boom. That adds rigidity and increases longevity. There's our light. As you can notice, all the pins have grease points. That's very important for the longevity of the machine. You want every movable part to be greasable. And cast steel end at the bottom of the boom as well. Over here, we have our side swing boom assembly. As you see, it is made from the cast steel, which adds extra rigidity. Side swing booms are a great feature. It allows to offset the bucket position to be in line with tracks or anywhere in between. This is necessary if you're trying to dig along the foundation, fence, or wall. We really recommend it. It's very handy. Here's a close-up of the side swing boom. On this side, you can see the hydraulic cylinder that pushes and pulls in the side swim assembly. Over here, we have our dozer blade. This machine has a longer blade than most of the other excavators that we saw in the 1.8 2-ton range. The great advantage of it is that when you're trying to lift something or dig over the blade, you will have more stability. Also, we have our flaps that can fold out to make the blade as wide as the machine when you pull the tracks out. Here's a close-up of the blade. And as usual, grease points on all the movable joints. Here we can see our tracks. In comparison to the other machines, R18 has longer tracks and again, great for stability and digging. And one thing that we found very useful is this anchor point for transporting the machines. Not every machine has it, but it makes it a lot easier to secure it on a trailer. Here is a close-up of the tracks. Behind the tracks you can see the silver limit bolts. R18 has 2 of them that actually can allow you to adjust alignment of the tracks themselves. Again, not common on every machine. And this is our double-speed travel motor. In the back, you can see tucked-in travel motors, which minimizes the risk of damage and adds extra protection. Over here we have our cast steel counterweight, plus additional second counterweight for the extra stability. Please keep in mind that this second counterweight will actually stick out beyond the tracks. So if you're working right along the wall or house, you have to make sure you have some space to allow for clearance. Alternatively, you can take it off by taking out these 2 bolts. Here is a close-up of the travel motors. Also, we have our Phipps anchor point in the center over there. On this side, we have our radiator fill cap for the engine coolant. Then we have our engine coolant radiator and the hydraulic oil cooler inside over there. This is our plastic diesel tank with the fill cap. And there is another compartment where you can access the hydraulic oil tank fill cap. Now, let's take a look inside the engine compartment. Inside, you will find the diesel Kubota D902 engine that even comes with the 2-year Kubota warranty. R18 has great engine accessibility. You can also lift the seat up to access the engine from the top. Right now we'll do a close-up to show you what you can access. Here we have access to our fuse box, our filters, electric fuel pump. And if we go over top, we can access the oil fill, alternator, and the oil dipstick is over there. Now let's take a look at the interior. First thing that we noticed as a great upgrade is the type of pedals and the walking stick that the R18 has. They are fully piloted, which means they are very easy to press. I can press it with my finger, and they virtually have no play in them. Also, the controls are very smooth. Same thing with your walking sticks. Easy to press, and you don't almost have no play in the sticks. Also on the R18s, they come standard with the driving pedals that you can fold down or fold up to keep them out of the way. Over there we have our hydraulic oil side glass, our battery switch that is used to protect the battery from draining when the machine is in storage. Secondary function is anti-theft. You can turn the key and pull it out. Without the switch, the machine will not start. It will have no power. And underneath, we have our 12-volt outlet in case you want to run some extra electrical equipment. R18 has beefed up cage. As you see, it's very solid and big difference in comparison to the other machines we saw in the past. Also, we have our mesh in the front to protect from flying debris, and we have 2 sets of extra work lights on the top as well. Now let's do a close-up of the interior. On the left side, we have our adjustable height armrest plus switches for the boom light, top work lights, and your high and low speeds. On the right side, you have your ignition. Then we have a button for the quick hitch, plus 2 levers. The closer lever is to operate your boom. The outer lever is to operate your track extension. This is the new LCD screen that Ripa added. I'll show you how it works once we start the machine. Great feature is the extra mirror. It is a wide angle view, which is quite handy. Plus, we have a set of speakers, as this machines come equipped with a radio or Bluetooth function can be used. If we walk around, we can notice a backup camera that will be showing up on the LCD screen when you pull the stick to drive backwards. Now, let's get on to the fun part. We'll show you how this excavator moves and drives. To start it, we're going to have our hydraulic lock up. We're going to turn the key to the left for about 5 seconds and hold it, so to allow it to glow plug, since it's the diesel engine. And now we're going to turn the key to the right and start it. Starts like a charm. Lower our hydraulic lock and give it more throttle. Okay, first let's start by moving our arm. To make sure max stability, we'll lower our blade. And let's see how many functions we can do at the same time. So this machine has hydraulic piston pump, and it can easily do triple function with the boom. As you see right now, I am moving my arm and boom and bucket at the same time. More throttle. We're at 1900 RPMs right now. As you see, it's very smooth and no jerking here. Alright, now let's see how the hydraulic hitch works to take on and take off the buckets. We already took out the safety pin, so we can just open it by pressing a button inside the cab. Right now the quick hitch is opened, and if I'll curl the bucket, it will just fall off. Just like that. How the quick hitch operates. Now let's put it back on the bucket. The goal is to hook the top pin of the bucket and just curl it in. Okay, now we can engage the quick hitch. It's locked in and the bucket is secure. Now let's see how our side spin boom and hydraulic thumb works. So that would be the two pedals on the floor. First we'll operate our thumb. And here you can see how it matches with the bucket. If you're gonna use thumb a lot, this is one of the times when it'd be better to take off the quick hitch, so then the thumb would be longer, because the quick hitch adds extra distance between the thumb and the bucket itself. Okay, now let's try our side spin boom. As you see, all the motions can be quite fine. There's no jerking here. And then if you want to dig along the side of the excavator, so you would turn the cab like this, and your bucket now is in line with the tracks. And for the extra narrow spaces, you can pull the tracks in and then your bucket will be even farther out. Now let's rotate the cab. Again, can be very smooth, and we can turn in both directions. Here is the operation of our blades. Now let's lift the excavator to show you how the extendable tracks work. When you lift in the excavator, you have to make sure that you're fully straight to minimize the risk of flipping the excavator on the side. So first we're gonna lower the blade, and now we'll use our boom to lift the other side. Okay, that should be sufficient. So here's how the tracks pull in. At this size, your machine will be about 1 meter wide, and you can pull the tracks out to give you the extra stability. All right, now let's see how it's going to move. Before we're going to start driving, we're going to lift the blade, raise the bucket, and we are in the low gear. Same speed going back. Low gear is where you have the fine controls. If you gotta move very slow, if you're passing through the gate, or besides something expensive, you can move very slow. As you see, it's very smooth and it doesn't jerk. Same thing can be done in reverse. Not every machine can do that. Now let's put it in the high gear. That makes it drive a bit faster. Same thing in reverse. Let's put it in a high gear and see how it's going to drive. High gear is a bit faster. Same thing we can do in reverse. We hope that you liked this video. If you're going to have any questions about GT5 equipment, including Ripa excavators, skid steers, wheel loaders, or custom attachments, please visit GT5.com and give one of our dealers a call. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.